Well, we're off to an eventful start this week with our breaks, aren't we? Some of you know what I'm talking about, some of you don't, but we'll get to that in a minute. We had some interesting things happen there at the end of the break or the end of the auctions. Had a little scam running by at least one person and maybe in conjunction with another, but definitely one. So that's fun. But it does mean we're going to have a team available. So there you go. We'll work on that in a minute. But first things first, let's talk about this. Feedback is automated on eBay. Anytime that you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return thanks to the miracle of automation. We love it, except when it allows weird, funky things to happen on eBay and you get scammed like tonight. But other than that, we love it. And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me. This is what it looks like in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we're going to break a 6-box half case of Allen and Ginter baseball. On Wednesday, Gold Label Baseball is our new release. We're going to break a 16-box quantity of that. Those will be loose boxes from shared cases. On Thursday, we're going to break a half case of Chronicles baseball. That's 8 boxes. On Friday, it is a half case of Spectra football, another new release. Those are also loose boxes from shared cases. Both Saturday and Sunday night will be off nights. Then we are talking about tonight. So what we're opening tonight should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Thursday, okay? Thursday the 15th. And that's always plus or minus a day. So if things go well, maybe it goes sooner. Something goes off the rails, maybe it goes a day later. But Thursday's pretty reasonable estimate, I think, for this to get out the door. And as far as consolation cards go, it looks like this. If you are in this break tonight and you don't hit a single card of any sort, base or otherwise, you are still going to get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it is going to go out when the rest of the break goes out the door. Now, to the main event, we do have the Pelicans available tonight. So basically, someone bid $1,025 and then apparently somehow had the ability to retract their bid seconds before the auction ended, which you're not even supposed to be able to do on eBay. So they've got some kind of technical malfunction, obviously, that even allowed that to begin with. But it was a zero feedback bidder who did that, and then we ended up with another zero feedback bidder as the winner. So, Anyway, that person did not pay by the payment deadline, so their bid was canceled because they didn't make payment, which means that we have got the Pelicans available tonight. And I know we had several people that noticed this as it happened in real time. Many of you contacted me through eBay messages to let me know that it had happened as it happened, and I appreciate that very much. So thank you all for that. I know there were also several people who expressed an interest in the Pelicans. I know someone I was talking to by way of eBay messages had offered, I think he said basically the same amount as the Grizzlies sold for, which was, I want to say 600 and something, but I will tell you here in a minute. But let's also make sure he's in the room. So are you in the room, the person that wanted the Pelicans at the price that the Grizzlies ended? Because if so, that's where we're going to start out. I think the Grizzlies ended at like 640 or thereabouts. Now, of course, you all know the Pelicans do normally sell for somewhere between 800 and 1,000 if we did not have somebody who obviously manipulated the auction tonight. So I do need to find a home for the Pelicans. That is the one that is sitting there available. And I'm going to switch you back to me, and let's see what we can do here. So Shine Language is here. Hi. So is T-Man. So is Chris. And Coop is here as well. And Nicholas is here. Okay, so Nicholas is in at the Grizzlies price, which was $640. So thank you, Nicholas, for letting me know you were there. And is there anybody else who is interested in the Pelicans? If you are, you need to jump in there and let me know now before we move on down the road. And Chris is in then at $750. Okay. So Chris, then you are the high bidder right now at $750. Austin, if you were the winning bidder for the Pelicans, no, sir, it was unpaid, and that order was canceled at the payment deadline. So that is definitely it was because I can't. It was definitely in the unpaid column and canceled at the payment deadline, and I didn't ever get a reply from you in messages, and yeah, and the order was canceled out as a result of it being unpaid at the deadline. All right, and Lance is here. Hi, Lance. Nicholas is. Oh, the Grizzlies are paid. Yeah, Austin. The Grizzlies are paid for sure. He said he would offer at the Grizzlies' last price. That's you probably missed the first part of that conversation. I was talking about somebody I'd had a conversation with there on eBay in messages who had noticed what was going on with the Pelicans. That's what I was talking about. So he was saying that would be his starting bid was what the Grizzlies sold for, not that the Grizzlies were unpaid. Sorry. All right, so Nicholas, you're setting at 800 for the Pelicans right now. Is there anybody else in on the Pelicans, or are they going to Nicholas at 800? We're getting ready to wrap it up here. If no one else jumps in, then that is where we're going to go here in a second. And I tried to get in touch with eBay to try to understand what happened, how it happened, and all that kind of stuff, but as you might imagine, you can never reach anyone there anymore. And when you do reach them, it's always you just sit there for 400 hours and then they come on and say, oh, we'll call you back eventually. So, all right, Chris, so you're in at 850 for the Pelicans. All right, so Chris is in at 850. Is there anybody else interested? We are getting ready to wrap it up here. So right now we are sitting with Chris at 850 for the Pelicans. You know what I do think is weird, though? If the 2-0 feedback people were working together, which they may not have been, but if they were, then you would have thought that the one who was the beneficiary of the other one's actions would have immediately paid. It's super weird, right, that they didn't pay? I mean, I thought anyway, so. All right, so I see Nicholas went 875, and then I see Chris is at 900. So we are still with Chris, but we are with Chris at 900 right now. So if there's any other action from Nicholas or anyone else, you gotta let me know. Otherwise, we're getting ready to drop the hammer on it here in a moment, so we can move on down the road. And thank you, everyone, Nicholas and Chris and everybody for your patience, and Nicholas and Chris for coming in to help us out and get the team sold and all that fun stuff. All right, so it looks like we are we done there? Are we done there? All right, Nicholas says it's all Chris at 900. So Chris, I am typing in for you right now the email address that I use for PayPal. And I'm going to ask you to please log into PayPal and send that over and just put in the notes, if you would, what it's for, i.e. the Pelicans in the Contenders Optic break number 2 this is. Just so I have it in there as a reference. I know, Paul's laughing at my OG email there because it's at AOL. I know, right? Okay, here's the deal. If you send me correspondence there, I'm literally never going to see it because I don't really do anything but periodically go in and delete all the emails. But it's signed up for a bunch of stuff like PayPal and eBay and things that I've had for 100 years, back when AOL was still a thing. And let's be real, I'm too lazy to change it out, okay? So that's the deal. So I leave it, and you can look at it as, maybe quaint, perhaps? Retro? I don't know. It's just sad, really, isn't it? It's really just sad. We know it. I know it. All right, so while Chris is headed into PayPal, let's hit the high spots on this again in case someone missed it earlier. Thursday is your anticipated shipping date for this break, and that's always plus or minus a day. I don't have a lot in front of it, so it may go sooner, but since I'm not certain, we'll leave it set for Thursday, and I'll try to go faster. If you get skunked in here, don't pull a card of any sort, base or otherwise. You are still going to get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it's going to go out when the rest of the break goes out the door, because this technically would be your next package. So this is a 10-box inner case of Contenders Optic Basketball. This is break number 2. Ended tonight on eBay the same night we are breaking it, which is Monday night, the 12th of October. We've got our team names there on the left-hand side, our winning bidders cross from each team on the opposite side, and of course the Pelicans. By now you all have heard that story, so it went by way of second chance here to Chris, who picked it up at 900. Austin, no, you did not lose your teams. You should see your name right there on that spreadsheet, unless I forgot to change your all's view. No, I see it there. Okay, so I think probably I just saw that in chat and you probably typed it in a while ago. No, you're good with your Grizzlies and everything. It was literally just the Pelicans that gave us an issue. So no problems there. And Lance is here too. Hi, Lance. How are you? I appreciate it. And are we good to go? Chris, are you set with PayPal? Can you just give me a high five and let me know if we're good to go there? I'm guessing we are, because I think you would have told me if you had any problems, but just to be on the safe side. Let's go ahead and get these. Actually, let's fix our focus first, and then we'll get them out of there. So your background is going to get blurry. That is intentional. Don't worry about that. I don't like all the zooming in and out and stuff that happens, so I always blur the background and put the foreground in a sharper focus so we can see things a little better, see it a little more clearly. All right. Nicholas says now he doesn't know if he wants to watch. I know, it's tough, isn't it? It can be, well, nerve-wracking is putting it mildly, isn't it? Yeah. So, I tell you what, I am, for those of you who know kind of, some of you know, some of you don't, things have been a little funky with eBay ever since they started managed payments. And then a little funky's actually putting it mildly. And then, of course, tonight, this debacle where they're letting people cancel their bids with seconds to go in the auction and causing all kinds of chaos. And I'm sure that probably has to do with the technical difficulties that eBay was having earlier today. But nonetheless, you know, another strike against eBay. So I am going to be starting to move my breaks, I think, into Facebook. Oh, I know. I don't like Facebook. Just as an entity, I don't like Facebook. I don't enjoy logging in there. I don't like going on there. But the reality of it is, eBay's been hard to work with for a while now. And they're just making everybody's life miserable now. So I think we are probably going to start moving in that direction. So what I may do is take some extra days next week, possibly, and try to get a page set up and figure out a little bit about how we'll do it. And we're not going to necessarily switch it all immediately. We're not going to go, ooh, no more eBay directly to Facebook. We'll probably kind of phase it a little bit. But what I likely will start doing is putting higher end products like this and the more in-demand products and things that are ripe for scammers, for lack of a better way to say it, we might start running more of those through there and less through eBay. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's talk about what we're looking at. We see, obviously, we've got 1 pack per box coming out of our Contenders Optic, and what it tells us we're going to find is 1 autograph per box on average. Now, we all know what that nasty little on average means. It means every once in a while they mess up and don't give us a hit they're supposed to give us. That doesn't happen too often. What it more likely covers is that sometimes they take a hit away and they replace it with Panini rewards points. And if they do that to us tonight, we will use random.org to award those rewards points at the end of the night. So that's how that's going to go. Paul said we had an imposter tonight. Yeah, we definitely had some funky stuff going on. It was a hot mess. But I do appreciate your all's patience tonight while we got it sorted out. And obviously the interest of those of you who were bidding and helping me get it moved. And of course, we particularly wish Chris good luck as he picked up the Pelicans for us tonight. And we wish everybody good luck, obviously. So our base cards, we've got a Ben Simmons. There's an Anthony Davis that is a refractor but will not be numbered, although I should show you that since it's the first one so you don't have to take my word for it that it's unnumbered. And then we have a blue one here, and that one is the Warriors and Klay Thompson. It is numbered to 99. Of course, Anthony got his first championship as the Lakers knocked off the Heat. I thought there for a minute the Heat might be able to pull it out, like, you know, not in this last game, but I mean, as I was watching the series, I thought they had a shot, and then last night they were kind of bad. There is a Kevin Porter Jr. for the Cavaliers. It's our autograph out of box number 1, and it is numbered to 125. Then we have historic picks back here where we're sharing a couple of teams. And that is the Jazz and the Suns on this card. So we're going to have to set it aside along with any others we find like it. And if the same person, you know, if we have different team owners, if it's not the same person, we'll have to use random.org to award that. Now we've got a winning ticket here. And of course, that is a little bit of a what we would normally call cracked ice. But in here, I think maybe they call it crystals. It is not numbered, but is a nice looking little refractor patterned insert there. So Shine Language says that Facebook is a trash heap. And D is here too. Hi D. D says, I guess our sound is messed up for you. Uh-oh, I'm sorry about that. There's Rudy Gay for the Spurs. Then we've got the Thunder here and Steven Adams with just a base refractor. We've got a red Goran Dragic coming up for the Heat. Speak of the devil. Of course, if he hadn't gotten injured, I mean, who knows? Who knows? There's always so many what ifs, isn't there? And the red one does not appear to be numbered there for Dragic, but a parallel nonetheless. We've got the Portland Trailblazers, and Nasir Little is our autograph. Under the up-and-coming card set, it is numbered to 125 going to Portland. Got a little uniformity insert. That's Steph Curry and the Warriors, unnumbered. And then here is historic, sorry. I put a little extra AL, didn't I? Historic Slams. We'll get it right in a minute. That's Spud Webb for the Hawks, and that is another crystal type pattern that is unnumbered. Paul says it was a disappointing game. Yeah, I hear you. You know what, though? The Heat really did play admirably throughout the series because, I mean, come on. They gave it everything they had. So it was pretty good in many regards. Historic Slams, that is Blake Griffin. And an insert that is a refractor. And then we have got Russell Westbrook playing the numbers game. And another insert with the pattern on it there. Here's Jaylen Brown. That's just a base card there for the Celtics. And then I have got a red Tobias Harris for the 76ers. And this is the Miami Heat again. Goran Dragic once again. This one, though, is numbered, and it is numbered to 49 for Miami. And the 76ers have an up-and-coming Matisse Thybulle is our autograph for the Sixers. And it is numbered to 125. And Lance, that is box number 3 that we just looked at right there. So yeah, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7 left back there. So yeah, that was number 3. All right, what else can we see in here? More uniformity, Devin Booker and the Suns. And then we have got Devin Booker and the Suns again with uniformity. Imagine that. That one, of course, blue parallel, and again with the crystals. I'm not going to call it cracked ice since cracked ice is always numbered and these are not. And you know how Panini is. To me, crystals and cracked ice look the same. They call them different things, but kind of they're not. It's the Raptors and Fred VanVleet. We've got the Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak. Has just a base refractor for Milwaukee. A blue Andrew Wiggins. That's out for the Golden State Warriors. And I had my hand over the number, didn't I? It's numbered to 99. I had my thumb on it. We've got a redemption. The plot thickens. But guess what? I'm not going to show it to you yet. We're going to leave it sitting right over there in our little housekeeping area. And we are going to flip it over at the very, very end. On the back, I have got a die-cut superstar insert. It is Anthony Davis for the Lakers. So a little AD action there on the die cut, which I thought might be numbered, but it was not. What's our other? Let's go ahead and grab it too. There's a winning ticket, Dwayne Wade for the Miami Heat, and it does not appear to be numbered. Base for the Magic with Vucevic. Colin Sexton, that is base for the Cavaliers. Then I have got the red Jonas Valanciunas, that is here for the Memphis Grizzlies. And I've got an up and coming. I saw that Pelicans logo. I got really happy there for a minute. But at least we've got you something. I know that's not what you want, but we've got you Nickeil Alexander-Walker for the Pelicans to get you started anyway to 125. And we're going to still hope to find the big boy there. All right. Kyrie, the Brooklyn Nets. Insert. The first of these we've seen tonight, which is Lottery Ticket. And those are always fun little inserts too. And that's Cam Johnson for the Phoenix Suns. Our base is the Knicks and Mitchell Robinson. And then our refractor base is Gordon Hayward, and that would be the Celtics. I've got a red parallel for the Jazz with Bogdanovich. And the Cavaliers have got a Kevin Porter Jr., which should be an autograph when we flip it over. And indeed it is, and it is hard signed as well. So that is an on-card Kevin Porter Jr. for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we've got 4 left to go. We are 6 down and 4 to go. Historic Slams, that's Dwight Howard. And that is the Orlando Magic. We've got a Dirk Nowitzki winning ticket for the Dallas Mavericks. I've got a base Bledsoe for Milwaukee and the Bucks. The Hawks have a John Collins. Base refractor. We've got a red Blake Griffin. That's the Pistons. It's going to be unnumbered, but parallel nonetheless. And the Knicks are in business with R.J. Barrett, and that is numbered to 99. And is that also? Yeah, I don't feel a sticker on that one. So that is also a hard signed autograph on card with the R.J. Barrett for the Knicks. Luka, Mr. Doncic, has an insert, a front row slam for the Mavericks, followed by another historic slam. And we are the Orlando Magic again. This is an Aaron Gordon. Got a little base here for the Miami Heat with Jimmy Butler, who absolutely played as well as anybody could play in the finals and played practically every minute. I mean, literally every minute. I think the guy probably sat 2 minutes in the whole series against the Lakers combined. Bogdanovich, that is a base refractor. Got a blue parallel here for the Knicks with Julius Randle, and it is numbered to 99. And then for the Atlanta Hawks, I have Bruno Fernando to 199. That's our autograph, and it is a hard-signed on-card autograph. 8 down, 2 to go. And remember, we do still have our redemption to flip over as well. We don't know who's going to be on the receiving end of that one yet either. Alonzo Mourning, winning ticket, Miami Heat. And then we have got a Kyrie Irving for a front row seat. And that one is the Nets. Base goes to the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson. Base refractor to the Blazers with the Dame, Mr. Lillard. A red parallel, which will be unnumbered. That one is going to the Rockets. It is James Harden. And then we have Jarrett Culver for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That is on-card, hard-signed autograph. All right, we're coming up to the last one, so you know what that means. We're going to call Last Box Mojo and see if we can, excuse me, see if we can bring the heat, bring the fire, and see what we can come up with here out of our final box. Looks like it's going to be another redemption. Oh, boy. So before we finish up, though, got another 2-team card. We've got Anthony Davis for New Orleans on there and Chris Webber for the Warriors. Now, I know that that says New Orleans Hornets, but of course we know they became the New Orleans Pelicans, so that is Pelicans and Warriors in play for that particular card. And over here, the Hawks, that is Cam Reddish with a lottery ticket insert. We've got a little Kelly Oubre base for the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers get a LeBron James season ticket refractor. And then we have got a red parallel that is for Jamal Murray and the Nuggets, unnumbered. And then we've got 2 different redemptions that we're going to check out. Okay, so we'll do the redemptions first. Then we're going to deal with these cards up here that have 2 different teams on the same card and find a home for them. And then after all of that, we'll come back and recap our autographed cards and our numbered cards. So first things first, redemption number 1. Oh, that's nice for the Heat. That's Tyler Hero, who of course had a good season and an excellent postseason. It's a rookie variation season ticket blue. We will go to the Panini website and find out what, if anything, that is numbered to. It's going to the Heat. And then our other is a nice little Cam Reddish. So how about that? That's not too shabby either if you've got the Hawks. And that is a rookie season ticket for Cam Reddish. So let's go over to the Panini website and take a little peek here at what we need to learn, see what we can learn about our redemptions. Now, I assumed we would hit redemptions because you almost always do in Panini these days. So we had everything set but the card set. And we are, did I switch your view? I better make sure. Yeah, okay. So we're going to look up the Cam Reddish first. Our card set is simply rookie season ticket. And he is card number 110. And it looks like it is an unnumbered open edition. We would see the number off to the right if it were numbered, but it does, of course, confirm to us that he is the Hawks, which we kind of already knew, but it's always good to see it up there on the screen, make it all nice and official. We're next going to look up the Tyler Hero, which is Rookie Variation Season Ticket Blue. All right, season ticket. Where is it? Rookie Variation Season Ticket. Oh, it's at the top. Oi, my bad, sorry. He's card number 125, and it's going to be numbered to 99 for the Heat with the Tyler Hero. All right, so now that that's official and done, let's bring you back to me for a second, and we're going to deal with our cards that have 2 different teams on them. So first, let's talk about how random is done. It works like this. When I have 10 or more items in a list, I do random 1 single time. And obviously, however it comes out, it comes out. When we have 9 or fewer items in a list, which will be the case here tonight, of course, then we do random 3 different times. The first 2 do not count, and only the third random will make the decision. Also, we enter things in the order they appear on the card. So example, this one will be entered first as New Orleans. Golden State will go in second. On this one, we would put the Jazz first and the Suns second in our list. But before we do any of that, guess what we got to do? We got to go look at the spreadsheet and find out, hey, is there anything going on there that maybe somebody owns both teams? So let's go find that out first. So we've got Chris Webber and the Golden State Warriors, and that is Spaceman Spiff. And then, of course, I know Chris picked up the Pelicans. And Chris, you might have to remind me here what is your eBay username? So I don't know if you, of course, I guess it wouldn't matter if you were Spaceman Spiff. You'd win the redemption no matter which way, I guess. So we'll assume they're two different people, unless you jump in there and tell me otherwise. And for the Phoenix Suns, I've got Chris Golf 01, and then on the top of that card we have the Jazz, and that is Ant SP 3266. So we're going to roll through as if we have different team owners, since we oh, there we go. Chris tells me who he is, and he is not, yeah, okay. So he's not Spaceman Spiff. So very good. So we do definitely need to roll ourselves over here to random.org and get a little action going. So first we're going to do the New Orleans Golden State card, all right? So once again, New Orleans going in first, and Golden State going in second. So remember, it is our third random that decides. So you ignore the first one, you can ignore the second one. Here comes our third one. This one is the right one. 3 times, date and time stamp. It ends up going to the Golden State Warriors. That is this card here. So what I'm going to do, so that we can go ahead and write on that and know that I don't have to worry about looking that up later, is we're going to go ahead and put it in a sleeve and write on the sleeve. Or write on the top loader, rather. I usually write on the sleeve. I don't know. For whatever reason, I decided I wanted to write on the top loader this time. So there you go. We're going to do the same thing with this. So we've got the Jazz and the Suns that will be going here, and we will once again be using good old random.org to take care of that. So let's roll back over here and take a look at that. Jazz v Suns. Did I shoot right past it? Yeah, I did. Let's try that again. All right, so ignore the first one, please. Ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. There is 3 times our date and time stamp, and it goes to the Jazz. All right, so this one going to Donovan Mitchell, the Spider, by way of random.org. Now we need to recap our hits. So let's roll that up here. And for our numbered cards, we have a Julius Randle for the Knicks. It is to 99. Andrew Wiggins, Golden State Warriors, 99. Goran Dragic for the Heat, 49. Klay Thompson, Warriors, 99. We've got a redemption for Tyler Hero and the Heat to 99. Got a Cam Reddish redemption for the Hawks. It is an open edition, unnumbered. Then we have Jarrett Culver. That's a hard-signed on-card autograph for the T-Wolves. The Atlanta Hawks. That's Bruno Fernando. That is a hard-signed on-card auto. Also hard-signed on-card, R.J. Barrett for the Knicks. That one numbered to 99. Kevin Porter Jr., ditto, on-card. That one for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then we move over to the Pelicans with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That is to 125. I've got a Matisse Thybulle for the 76ers. It is numbered to 125. I've got Nasir Little for the Portland Trail Blazers to 125. And coming over here is Kevin Porter Jr. for the Cavaliers to 125. So there we go. That is where we end up on this case of Contenders Optic. We may bust another case of it on Monday night, a week from tonight. I'm really kind of trying to decide based on how this went tonight. This went great as far as the break, and you guys are all wonderful. And thank you again for picking up that unpaid team. I appreciate that very much. I'm talking about with the eBay weird technical glitch that allowed the whole thing to happen the way that it did to begin with. So I'm going to have to talk to them and get some assurances that they have that mess straightened out before we relist it that way. But, check in with me from time to time. We are going to move a lot of stuff over to Facebook. I'm hoping before the end of the year we'll at least be starting to do some things in that direction while continuing to still do some stuff on eBay and slowly migrate ourselves over into a more friendly atmosphere. Yeah, where we can do all free shipping and other fun stuff. So just a final reminder, if you were in the break tonight, Thursday is your anticipated shipping date, as always, plus or minus a day. So could go out earlier if the week goes really well, could go out a day later if something goes off the rails. And of course, if you got skunked in this break and did not hit a single card of any sort, you will still get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship out when the rest of the break goes out the door, since technically, well, that would be your next package. So that's how that's going to work. And the days ahead look like this. Tomorrow night is a half case of Allen and Ginter baseball. Wednesday, we have a new release. It is Gold Label baseball. We're going to break a 16-box case quantity of that. They are loose boxes from shared cases, which it will always tell you in the listing description, that info too, by the way. On Thursday night, it will be a half case of Chronicles baseball. On Friday night, which is the start of a new case, as is the Allen and Ginter on Tuesday night. On Friday, we have a new release. It is Spectra Football, and we're going to break a 4-box half-case quantity. They are loose boxes from shared cases. Saturday and Sunday are both off nights. We may end up taking off Monday as well and maybe try to start work on, getting that Facebook thing up and running. I don't know. We'll get it figured out. Meanwhile, that is it for me tonight. Thank you once again, everybody. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to be back at it tomorrow night. I hope I'll see you then, or if not then, sometime in the near future. So enjoy the rest of your evening and your week ahead. Stay safe and happy and healthy, and I'll be back